Hello art friends, it is Lady Draws a Lot and I am an illustrator and a comic book artist, and I am here today with another unboxing, using, and review of Sketchbox. This Sketchbox happens to be the April edition, and this Sketchbox needs to be Back to the Future themed. I have reasons. One is I put on my Marty McFly shirt this morning. So that's a big reason right there. Two, recently I may have bought a hoverboard backpack. And three, I went to my local dealership recently to get an oil change and some stuff on my car worked on. And in the showroom, they had a DeLorean. Dude, it was amazing. Somebody treated this thing like a baby. It was beautiful, barely used, like less than 50,000 miles on this thing, like incredible. So all of this is a sign. This Sketchbox coming in my mailbox at the same time all of these other things are happening. Obviously, if I didn't make this Sketchbox Back to the Future themed, well,
let's hear the right answer.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Think, McFly. Think.
If there's some strange reason why you have not yet treated yourself to the cinematic masterpiece that is the trilogy of Back to the Future, make like a tree and get out of here and go watch those films. And then come back here, and then this will make a lot more sense and, you know, probably be more enjoyable if you've seen the films, because then you'll know all the references and such. Because without that, you'll be like, what is she talking about? Great Scott? Who's Scott?
Great Scott.
Let's go watch it. So the other thing you'll notice here is this illustration on the front. It's really cool. It also looks kind of like this person is getting a bolt of electricity, like maybe, I don't know, 1.21 gigawatts. Maybe they climbed the clock tower in a lightning storm and got hit with a bolt of lightning to make the DeLorean go at 88 miles per hour. Maybe. I'm just spitballing here. I mean, but right? So, Doc, this is heavy. It's also clunky. Yes. I'm so excited to see what's in this Sketchbox. It makes me want to move at a speed of 88 miles per hour and find out what's in there. So I'm excited. You're excited. Let's get excited. And baby, where we're going, we don't need roads. Let's get creative. Alright, so this is what we have in this month's box. Let's start with the paper here. This is Custom Fluid 100 Cotton Pad. It says it's a watercolor paper hot press, and it's bound on both sides here. You can see it has pretty good thickness on it, and it's very smooth. So it says it's a watercolor paper. Looks like it'll take that great. It'll also take pretty much anything. So this is nice. All right, and then we've got the Ecoline liquid watercolor. So it'll be interesting to see how this works, as I recently tried the Dr. Martin's liquid watercolor, so it'll be cool to try another brand. Then we have the Caran Ash. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Water brush. It says it's a water brush. Guys, this has a felt tip. That is not a brush at all. I was surprised. When I saw this in the box, I thought, oh, you know, this looks just like that Derwent one that just came through, because with the button system here, which I do like a lot. And then when I opened it, like, whoa, okay. So it says you can, you know, fill it with water and then use it that way as like a blending brush. A blending marker to me, or you can create your own custom marker with this pigment here, which is a cool idea. I think I'm going to fill it with water just to keep it from being a one color marker. I don't know, it just seems restrictive if you fill it with a certain pigment, because it would seem like it would probably stain this tip, but who knows? All right, then we have the Pitt Artist Marker. This is in color Walnut Brown from Faber-Castell. And this is a waterproof pen. This is a, I believe, India ink pen. So, yeah. There's the tip on that one. Then we have these 3 Tricolor Spectrum Noir Tricolor Aqua pens. So this has 3 different colors in one pen. I've never seen anything like this before. This is a really fun design. So I'm interested to see how these will perform, because this is just a cool idea. All right, so this is what we have to work with. I'm going to get my art space set up here with some water and figure out what I'm gonna draw here. Great Scott, this looks like a good box. I am so excited. Let's get started. All right, this is where I ended up with the sketch of Marty's hat. I'll just set that aside there, and let's talk about everything that came in this box. Oh, I guess that would include the paper, wouldn't it? Okay, so this paper is screaming to be reviewed, so let's talk about it. This paper was okay. I do like that it's bound on both sides so that it doesn't, you don't get the wrinkling and stuff as you work on it. I do like the smooth texture on it. or should I say maybe lack of texture. It's very smooth, and it does accept pigment well. What it doesn't do as well as I thought it would was take a little bit of scrubbing well. It seemed like as soon as I kind of scrubbed a little bit with the markers, it wanted to kind of start pilling up pretty quickly. So I think it's an okay paper. Good if you're not scrubbing with it. Sketchbox says this paper costs $13. That's the retail value. I'm not sure I would spend $13 on this paper. I'm just not sure about it. If you're not working with marker and you've just got a paintbrush and some watercolors, it would probably work beautifully. But for markers, and if you want to do a little bit of blending and scrubbing, I don't recommend it. But it's not a bad paper, I will say that. Okay, let's talk about this Ecoline watercolor. This is a beautiful blue. It surprised me at the color of it, because when I look at it in the bottle, it looks so dark that I thought, oh, this is going to be a real big punch of blue, like dark blue, that you're going to be able to wash out. And it's not. And I looked at the bottle a bit, and the color actually matches exactly what the label looks like. So with this line of watercolors, if you're looking for color, just look right on the label, because it probably matches exactly, if not quite nearly, what it is. This retails at $6.95, and this bottle, I think you'll get a lot of mileage out of it. So I do think it's worth $6.95, and I would buy it again. All right, now we have these Tricolor markers. These are a little bit tough for me because they're water-based, and with water-based markers, I seem to have this issue of sort of streaking, and you'll see what I mean here. This streaking quality here, I couldn't really blend out, especially with trying to scrub on the paper. It didn't want me to do that very much. But with these water-based markers, if you like water-based markers and you like to use them, and you know exactly how they work on your art style, and that's what you like to use, I say these are not a bad choice as far as water-based markers go. These would be especially good for traveling, because you know, you've got so many colors here, and it's compact into 3, you know, markers basically, and you've got so many colors to choose from. So that is really a cool design. I did see online that this company does do alcohol-based markers, and I wish that's what came in the Sketchbox, but you know, oh well. I got to try these water-based ones, which weren't bad. They just aren't what I prefer necessarily. Sketchbox says that these retail at $14.95. I believe that's for the set, and I don't think that's a terrible price for as many colors that come in here. And I do think they are nice, vibrant colors. They look beautiful, but they do streak. So if you're into that in your work, which it can work out, I mean, if you're, you know, using that to your advantage in your art, more power to you. I think you'd be happy trying these out. And what a great packaging design. That's just awesome. Would I buy them again? No. That's just because I don't like water-based markers. I would consider trying the alcohol-based markers. So maybe I'll have to try them out and maybe do a side-by-side comparison of them. That would be fun. All right, and then we have this, it says water brush, but it's really a water marker. This was okay to use. I will say it's okay. I actually much prefer a water brush. It was nice to try, but I don't see reaching for this very often. I would say it's a fine product, but it's not something that I would personally go for with my illustration. All right, the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Brush Pen. This is great. The tip on it has a fine point on it, which is nice for detail work or hatching. It's the pigment is strong. It does exactly what it says it's gonna do. It's waterproof, India ink. I think this is a great pen. They retail at $3.70. I think that's a good price for this pen, and yes, I would buy it again at that price. All right, guys, well, that's this month's Sketchbox, and had some really great things that I would purchase again, and then some that were nice to try, but not for me, I'll say that. All in all, this Sketchbox was really fun to try. I had a lot of fun creating with it, and I hope you had fun watching. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I will see you next time. Bye!